What is going on, everybody? Been a diehard Pistons fan since 2003 and starting to get very optimistic about this Pistons team. The Detroit Pistons are officially over 500 as they advance to 19-18 on the season with a win over the Brooklyn Nets. Final score 113 for Detroit and 98 for Brooklyn. In this video, we are going to go through and highlight 3 players from tonight's game, talk about the game in general, kind of recap it, and just speak on where we are right now in the season. So the first player that we do need to highlight, mention, and shout out is Simone Fontecchio. I don't know what this Italian hand gesture is that they all keep doing, but we're rolling with it. He had a great game tonight, 17 points off the bench, 7 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 5 from the three-point line to go along with 5 boards, 2 assists, and 1 steal in 24 minutes of action. Really good game for Simone Fontecchio. I know that there has been some people in the fan base kind of questioning or doubting his performance so far this season because, to be frank, he has not played as well as he played during the short 16-game stint that he had with us last season post-trade deadline. But all things considered, he was coming off of a surgery on his toe. He didn't really get to play it all this summer. He got into training camp just into time, but was coming off that injury. And I think that it's taken a while for it to heal up fully, or at least for him to be able to find his footing, because Simone Fontecchio has played better as of late, and tonight was no different. Really the exact opposite. Tonight, Simone looked more like the version of him last year that had so many of us super hyped to have him on this Pistons team and re-signed over the offseason. He was showing more pop. You can just see it the way that he attacks closeouts. He's looking more in control. He's looking more strong and just kind of generally poppy, which was huge because you could see it very clear tonight, especially he took some guy off the bounce and dunked it on a couple nets. He had a really good game. There's no other way to put it. Super happy for Simone Fontecchio. If you guys have followed this channel, I have been in his corner the whole entire season, despite an up and down start, but I think he's finally starting to turn the corner and being closer to that player that we saw last year. So, moving on, the next guy that we do need to highlight is Malik Beasley. He finishes the game with a team-high 23 points. He was 9 of 17 from the floor, 4 of 11 from the three-point line, also chipped in 2 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals. All in all, a good game for Beasley. Got to give him credit for being the leading scorer tonight. It was definitely impactful. I mean, this game in general was not the craziest in the world, and we'll get to that. But at the end of the day, he did carry the largest burden on offense. He took the most shots on our team. He scored the most points on our team. And that was really good to see, especially coming off last game where he shot 1 of 10, which was definitely a down game and has been kind of a cold week in general for Malik Beasley. It was really good for him to kind of get comfortable and just back in the rhythm of things as far as scoring the ball goes, because tonight he had 23 points and everything looked good for the most part. 4-11 from 3 isn't the greatest, slightly below his average, but overall a decent game for Beasley, and he looked comfortable. Totally would have never guessed that he was 1 of 10 last game if you watched just tonight's game. So, moving on, the next guy that we do need to highlight is Marcus Sasser. We've been talking about him a lot on this channel recently due to the fact that he's clearly getting an increased role in the absence of Jaden Ivey, and I thought that he played a really good game tonight. He finishes the game with 15 points, 5 of 9 shooting, 5 of 7 from 3, also had 1 rebound, 3 assists in 22 minutes of action, and I thought that Marcus Sasser just looked really comfortable. The kind of concerning part, not sure if that's the right word, but the part that makes me not buy crazy amounts into this game is the fact that the team we were playing, the Brooklyn Nets, had a lot of G League quality players. So I hope that Marcus Sasser looks that confident against everybody we play, because I know the Nets aren't the craziest team in the world, but Marcus Sasser looked great tonight. So give credit where credit's due. I spoke about it on this channel a couple times now over the past week, that I'm just really excited to see what Marcus Sasser can do in this increased opportunity. Of course, would never ever want to see Jaden Ivey down and out, but right now, these are the cards that we're dealt, and I guess one small benefit from that is we can see what Marcus Sasser looks like in extended minutes and kind of plan going forward. Overall, I'm a big believer in Marcus Sasser, and I think that he played a really good game tonight. So we do have one more player that we are going to talk about, but kind of a bonus addition here because he didn't have much going on in the stat sheet, and that is Bobby Klitman. Bobby Klitman, of course, our second round pick this offseason, our rookie, did get his first NBA action tonight. He played 4 minutes at the very tail end of this game as it was a blowout, but that was the first time that Bobby Klitman was able to get into an NBA game, his first NBA game ever played. He wasn't able to score. He had 2 boards, and it was pretty uneventful, all things considered, but really happy that Bobby Klitman is back healthy and able to play. He has been getting some opportunity to play with the Motor City Crews. I have been really excited for him ever since we saw what he could do in the Summer League. During the Summer League, he looked like our best player on our Summer League roster. It looked like what he was providing for that team was very scalable, as he didn't need a ton of shots to be effective during the Summer League. So I'm excited for what the future holds for Bobby Klitman. And I know tonight was relatively uneventful for him, but he did get in the game. And you got to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. So happy that Bobby Klitman is well on his way to being an NBA player. So overall, thought that this was a good game. It was actually pretty easy. I think that right away when the game started, you could see off the tip that the Nets were what you kind of thought by just looking at the box score and looking at who the roster they had available tonight. A lot of fringe NBA guys, a couple guys on two ways that were playing and starting, and they played like it. There wasn't a lot of synergy or kind of specific things going on with the Nets offense. It was kind of all over the place, which allowed the Pistons to more or less sleepwalk through a game. Cade finishes the game only taking 10 shots, had 13 points. Definitely a low-key game for Cade, but we didn't need anything more from him. Tobias Harris only took 9 shots. Jalen Duren, 5 shots. The starters all were under 30 minutes outside of Beasley, who played 33, and it was a super chill game. It's wild that these games even exist now because I don't remember the last time where the Pistons were favored by 9 points. They show up, they win by 20, and I wasn't even a little bit nervous or scared about the Pistons potentially losing the game right from tip. There was a lot of time in this game during the first half where the scoreboard said that the game was close because the game technically was close, but if you were watching the game, you could tell which direction it was headed because the Pistons, with the roster they have right now and the team they have right now, they're just flat out better than the Brooklyn Nets, who are missing Cam Thomas, Bogdanovich, Cam Johnson. I'm missing someone, D'Angelo Russell. So yeah, it was pretty cool that the Pistons were able to get an opportunity to kind of go on cruise control, let some of the more bench guys like Simone shine, and get an easy win while they advance to 500 or above 500. So overall, couldn't be more excited about this team, and we'll catch up soon.